Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Hobby Hoppers YouTube channel. Today we're back for some more washi swatching as usual, and I thought I would bring you along with me. So I'm in my Hobonichi cousin here, and we're going to start doing some washi swatching. So let's move through. I'll show you a couple of the previous ones that we've done. So here we have the rainbow washi. They are spectacular. And then we have the beautiful pinks. They're just so pretty. But today we're going to change things up a little, and oh, that's my lawn fawn bunting that I made. I might skip that actually, and we'll have a fresh page. So today what I want to do is swatch out some vintage washies, and I think that's something a little bit different, that people really love vintage washies, but I'm not sure if everyone knows where to find them. So I'm going to dive straight in. I've got two grids here as well, because I think grids just accent everything so beautifully, and we've got these two I think that are going to go nicely with this particular collection. So the first one we have is this kind of postage inspired washi tape, and it has a lot of handwritten text, as well as like postage, the stamps, not the stamps that you mail with, but stamping on your envelope. These kind of what are they called? Air marks? Are they called postage marks? They're called postage marks. Yeah, so it has this kind of vintage, I call it a vintage coloured background, you know, so it has that kind of faded yellowed look, as well as this kind of writing, all different styles of writing. I love handwriting. It's always just so nice to see handwriting in your spreads. And then next up, I have this washi in my collection already. Let's just see which way it goes. I don't think it really matters, but it's similar to the last one, but with less of the handwriting. It's got some more print instead, and also some kind of vintage photos throughout as well. You can see that one there, and it has that real kind of sepia kind of look to it. Our third one is an alphabet washi. So you could just use this as is, just to decorate a spread, but you could, if you were feeling like fussy cutting, you could go through and cut out the letters that you need to create a title for something, like writing out notes or to do or someone's name. Would be pretty cool in this font. I think it's a pretty cool font, that kind of impactful font. So I thought I'd pop the grid in here now to show you how that kind of can accent the rest of these types of washies. We'll pop this here in the middle. And then I'll also grab the skinny grid as well. So this is a black 15mm. These are all 15mm that I'm showing you here today, except for this one, which is a 10. And this is probably one of my favorite washies. I use this all the time. I'm going to actually layer it over the black here so you can see how I would normally use it. I really like to layer grid washes over each other. I think they just look so cool. And when I do it, I try to make sure that the lines don't match up. I did this accidentally today, but I like for this line not to match up with the other line, the other washi. Just makes it look a bit more random, I guess, and organic in a way. Alright, so now we have a pretty cool map. This is cool. It's got this little animal here on it, which I don't know, it feels like it might be a Komodo dragon or something like that. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But I've always been kind of fascinated by maps and globes and things like that. So this one kind of speaks to me. And it moves into the greenish kind of colours rather than the yellowy browns as well. So depending on your aesthetic, what you prefer there. You can see it's got the start of a globe kind of situation happening here. We've got these mountain ranges, and here there's some you know, images of the landscape as well. So, and here's that little guy I was talking about. It's a pretty cool one, that one. This next one has become my new favourite washi, and it's a script. It's a white background with a script over top of it, but it actually has a couple of different kind of fonts within it as well, like they've been used as highlights. You can read it. It does actually have real words on there, and they're in English, so you can actually read that if you want to. This says free and independent here in that more calligraphy style font, whereas the rest of it is just more of a normal kind of handwritten font. Very cool. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, this one I had not seen before. Trish pulled this one out to show me the other day. So this one has little like tops of buildings. It's got a little Eiffel Tower as well. They look so different off the roll, don't they? Look how kind of brown this one looks on the roll. But when you take it out, you can see that it actually has a base in white. Let's pop this down. And I do love it when the base is white. It kind of just pops a little more for me. So you can see here we've got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, we've got Big Ben, we've got, where's the Eiffel Tower here as well. So, and that's just repeated in little sections. And in the background, it looks like they're just stamps. It looks like they're just a collection of teeny stamps all joined together to make this kind of collage style washi for you. Give you a good look at all of those. And we've got two left. These two, on the roll at least, have kind of a pinkish tone to them. You can see they've got quite a bit of colour, but it is a lot of the more rosy tone to it. And this one is a bunch of tickets. And, you know, really great for a travel journal spread. That looks pretty cool, actually. I like that. Yeah, like I said, you could use this as a border for a travel spread, but I would probably use it by just chopping it up into pieces to stick photos down. I like to put my photos down with the corners or the top and bottom with a bit of washi, so I'd probably use it for something like that. I really like the colours in that one. It's very nice. Oh, these look so good. Okay, the last one, a little bit different, but this is vintage books. Oh, it's so cool. Who doesn't love books, hey? We all love books and bookshelves. Well, I think we do. They're so much fun. There's so much colour in them as well. And also you can make your bookshelves whatever colour you like, just with the different book jackets, can't you? I've got a rainbow shelf in my apartment here. Okay, so this is a little set of shelves. This one says plants. This one says love, and then we've just got lots of others here as well that I can't quite read, but lots just with images as well. And you see the colour tone is that pinks and browns through to sage green and grey kind of colours as well. I think these two colours match quite nicely, and I think the black grid will work with any of them. I love a good grid washi. Have I said that in every video so far? I think I might have. Alright, so there's our vintage washies from Hobby Hoppers. They are looking pretty cool. So don't forget, these will be all listed in the description box below via a collections link. So you'll just be able to pop straight in and see all of these and all the other vintage style washies as well that Trish has in the store. So they're super versatile, like we've said. You can use them in your planners and journals. I think vintage washi works really well for travel spreads. They just kind of have a nice travel-y feel to them. They're very kind of worldly looking washi tapes. And you can use them for anything. But particularly, I think planners, journals, your scrapbooking. You can make some nice cards with these as well. I love using washi tape on the front of cards to make them look a bit more handmade, and these would give them the nice vintage look as well, which I think would be lovely. Okay, that's the vintage washi. Please leave us a comment below and let us know what's your favourite here. Also, what do you use washi tapes for? Particularly maybe the vintage style. If you're into the vintage style washies, how do you use them? What types of crafty projects? Whoops! What kind of crafty projects do you particularly like to use vintage washi in? I know they are some of the favourites And yeah, it's not hard to see why. They're pretty cool. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough of the vintage inspired washi from Hobby Hoppers. Stay tuned for the next washi swatching episode and we'll see you soon. Thanks guys, bye.